welcome to Pike Creek Farm. My name is Renee and I'm so happy you decided to join me here today because today we are doing the 2023 cookie exchange. And I don't know about you, but I have such great memories of making cookies with my mom, and she used to have a ceramic shop and everyone would bring in different ones, but you know, you go to work and there's all different cookies, and it's just a special part of the holidays, it seems, around here at least, you know, sharing all your cookies with your neighbors and friends and family. So Jeni Goff, Jeni's Scratch Made Kitchen, is doing a collab this weekend. It's Friday through Sunday. It's all your favorite cookie recipes that you want to share, a cookie exchange. And we're going to have the recipes down below. And if you don't want to do a video, but you would like to share a cookie recipe, put it in the description down below, because all of us would love to see what your favorite cookie is and what your family enjoys. Now today, what I'm going to make is, I debated. It wasn't like easy. I found a recipe in my grandma's recipe box. And my grandma was Kathleen Rich. My mom put this in here. She was born June 3rd, 1903 and died August 9th, 1999. And no recipes were taken out or added to this after she passed away. So I went through, Grandma loved sweets. She loved sweets. And I went through her cookies, and the one I'm gonna make is ginger snaps. I remember her having them. My dad loves ginger snaps, and I like them too. I usually make like a molasses or something like that to start off the holiday cookies. They just taste like holiday with the spice blend. So this is what I'm gonna make today, is ginger snaps. And it doesn't say when this recipe is from or who. I know that she made them for a long time. And I found something else I wanted to show you. Oops, I just dropped something. This is my grandma when she got married in September 1930. And the gown, you can't tell it, but it was satin and it was cut on bias, and oh my gosh, the gown was absolutely gorgeous. It was pretty fragile. I gave it to the Historical Society to put on display because they had a wedding dress display. So I am going to get everything together for this, and now it does call for shortening, and I'm gonna make it with shortening today. I would probably try it with butter though too, because I like butter. I really like to cook with butter, bake with butter, but I do know that when you cook with butter, it will spread more. And these are little thin cookies anyway, so I want to do it according to Grandma's recipe, and then next time maybe I will try it with butter, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, everything is set up, and I'm ready to make the batter, the dough. I guess when it's cookie, it's dough, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna bring it down, show you everything. I am gonna follow the directions, say to sift the dry ingredients, and I know that flour didn't used to be sifted as much as it is now when you buy it, but I'm still gonna follow Grandma's recipe and the directions that are on it. So come on down. The first thing we need to do is cream the sugar and the shortening. So it takes 3/4 of a cup of shortening. If you're going to use butter, use the same amount. There we go. Set this to the side. And then it is and we need 1 cup of sugar. I have my molasses there ready to add in. I don't want to tip it over. So we will blend these, and it's going to be loud, so I'll turn down the volume during this and speed it up. We're going to get it till it's all nice and creamy and combined together. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of molasses. I should have sprayed the measuring cup. I think this would work the same way as it does with honey. And you know, I just remembered I have a Pampered Chef liquid one that pushes it all out, a measuring thing. I don't use it that often. Have you ever tasted molasses? It's sweet, but it has that strong undertone to it, which I love in cookies, but straight, like a spoonful of it, I learned quick that that wasn't the thing to do. I learned quick that that doesn't taste good straight up. But let's mix this together. Oh, and 1 beaten egg. So I have one of my eggs here, beaten. So we will blend that in too. So come on. So let's blend, add the egg. I wish I knew where Grandma got this recipe, because her aunt, her sister-in-law, my aunt, my dad's aunt, she used to have them at her house. And oh, they were so good. So here we go. Okay, so this is our wet ingredients. I'm gonna spoon the flour into the cup. And that's supposed to compact it. So there's 1 cup. Two cups. Now I'm going to add my spices and everything else on there and put it through the sifter. We need 2 teaspoons of baking soda, not powder. So 1, 2. We need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. This is 1/8. I thought it was 1/4. I need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, so 2/8. We need a teaspoon of ground cloves. And 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. These are spicy cookies, but they are perfect with like a cup of milk or a cup of coffee. There we go. So let me go back through. 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of soda, and 2 cups of flour. So we have it all. So I'm going to sift it. There we go. And we're going to add this to this creamed mixture. I'm going to do about half and then do the rest. Back to mixing. Batter off the beaters, and I'm going to put these in my fridge just for a few minutes, just for a little bit, because we need to roll them into balls, little balls, and dip them in sugar. And you bake them at 350 for 12 minutes. It doesn't say how many it makes. It doesn't make a lot. It looks like, you know, 3 dozen or so. Okay, back with the dough. I got a little cup of sugar. And roll the balls in a little spoon. I'm just going to use this to scoop up a little bit. In my mind, ginger snap cookies are smaller than like a molasses cookie. And they're pretty similar. Molasses are usually a little darker. I like them both. So let's get to rolling. Okay, that's probably too much. Just a little ball like that. Roll it in the cup, then set it on the cookie sheet. I didn't grease my cookie sheet, I lined it with parchment paper. But, you know, I have this tablespoon, and I think that's about the right amount. So I'm gonna just keep doing this till I have a whole cookie sheet. It says to put them about 2 inches apart. That one's a little bigger. I had to run out. I can see raindrops on me. A rainstorm came up and the wind was strong and some things were blowing across the yard. Would have gone into the field. Back to rolling dough. Ready to go in. Timer's going to be set for 10 minutes, and then I'll check them to see if they're done. Now, if I was cooking these for my dad, it'd be at least 12 minutes because he likes them crunchy, crunchy. So I don't like them quite as well done as Dad. There they are. Ooh, they are looking pretty. It's very windy here, so you can hear the flapping of the vent. So they deflate and turn crinkly. Yay, they're so pretty. Here are the finished cookies. And it made about 3 dozen actually. No, more than that because I put more than a dozen on each cookie sheet. So there were 18 on a cookie sheet. I did at least 3 cookie sheets, so that's how many it made. And I did make some smaller and crisper. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll have this recipe down below, and I hope you enjoy my grandma's traditional ginger snap cookies. And if you like this video, please, check out my channel and maybe subscribe. I'd love to have you here at Pike Creek Farm. And I want to thank Jenny for organizing this cookie exchange. It's so much fun to see all the recipes. And if you have a recipe you want to share and don't want to do a video, put it down below. Let me know what your favorite Christmas cookie is. I like to hear. See you next time at Pike Creek Farm.